Friday night and she's bored at home. Her friends are gone, there's no place to go with Abba on her cracked iPhone. It's her own sad disco. Boys don't call and the girls won't stay, and mom and dad are in Half Moon Bay. She finds herself in the house alone. It's her own sad disco. She got something deep down inside her. When she moves, she walking on water. Takes your hand when you're bored and alone. It's your own sad disco, sad disco, sad disco. Takes your hand when you're bored and alone. It's your own sad disco. All grown up, 21 years old, singing on her hairbrush microphone. Kinda looks like me with the lights down low. It's her own sad disco. And she got her hair down, body off the ground, hands up in the air like she'll never put them down. She's got all night to dance around, and you know she's gonna let it out. She got something deep down inside her. When she moves, she walking on water. Takes your hand when you're bored and alone. It's your own sad disco, sad disco, sad disco. Takes your hand when you're bored and alone. It's your own sad disco.
Hi, I'm mxmtoon. I'm at Shifted Studios for Live from My Den, but we're going to go to Sion Famous Foods right before we start the episode to get some food, so let's do it. So we're headed to Sion Famous Foods, which is a Chinese restaurant or chain in New York, and I first found them when my family would come to visit my uncle who lived in Crown Heights. He would introduce us to different places to eat food. So I spent a lot of time walking back and forth between the studio and Sion Famous Foods to go get lunch every single day. And it became like a comfort food for me because I wasn't living in New York at the time. I was here for like a month out of an Airbnb. It was my first time away from my family. It was the first time working on a huge project like an album. So I would kind of lean on any sort of familiar piece of food or place in order to help me feel like I was at home a little bit. Now I live really close to one, so I can go all the time, and I do. I have a favorite order of food there too, and I will definitely pick some up. I've spent a lot of time in Greenpoint between now living in New York and also working on an album here. It's kind of like this wonderful full circle moment to get to come back and see it all again from where I am now in life and now working on a new project. Yeah.
I'm happy for you, I'm smiling for you. I'd do anything for you, for you. It's always for you and never for me. And I needed to stop, so let me tell you, please. I'm always sad and I'm always lonely, but I can't tell you that I'm breaking slowly. Closed doors, locked in, no keys, keeping my feelings hidden. There is no ease. I needed to stop, and I want to be able to open up, but my feelings are fatal. My feelings are fatal. How many times must I keep it inside? I need to let go, and I swear that I've tried. But opening up means trust in others, and that's just too much. I don't want to bother, so I'll keep it inside. I'll bury it deep. I know it's not healthy, but you won't hear a peep. Though I'm always sad and I'm always lonely, I could never tell you that I'm breaking slowly. Closed doors, locked in, no keys, keeping my feelings hidden. There is no ease. I need it to stop, and I want to be able to open up, but my feelings are fatal. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. My feelings are fatal. Oh, 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 oh. My feelings are fatal. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello and welcome to Live from My Den. I am sitting here with Maya, aka mxmtoon, here at Shifted Studios in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, New York. You have worked here in the past. What memories do you have? What brings you back here?
Well, I've taken many naps on this very couch. I was at Shifted when I was working on my very first album called The Masquerade, and I was here for 3 weeks. We did both the acoustic versions and the produced versions. So I'm very familiar with this space, and it was back in 2019 now that I worked on it. So it's been a minute since I've been back. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what neighborhood in Oakland did you grow up in? Oakland is vast.
Yes, Oakland is really big. People don't know this, but it's bigger than San Francisco, and nobody expects it if they've never heard of it. I grew up near Lake Merritt, which is like the lake in Oakland, and yeah, I have very fond memories of California.
When you moved to New York, how did the city inspire you? Did it change the kind of music you're making? I mean, it's like whole new world, new city, all that.
I feel like I'm still kind of understanding the impact that moving here has had on my music. I think I became more myself and more comfortable in expressing who I view myself to be and sharing that with people. I mean, I think it's very different when you start in your bedroom and you're a 17-year-old girl to then moving to a different city that's across the country and being an adult and trying to understand who you are without the kind of preconceptions of like your family and neighborhood and all these things that you grew up around. New York was a blank slate for me. I came to live with my brother here in New York while he's going to college, but I also had the opportunity to start a new chapter for my own exploration of who I am. And I think naturally in my music, I was just more excited to try out things that I had never done before and didn't feel so tethered to the voice ukulele kind of formula that I had been using thus far in my music. So it feels like I've become more me, which is a nice feeling.
Why is Mona Lisa the lead single for the new album, and is it just because of the awesome photo that goes with it?
The photo is awesome. That was definitely a piece of it, but I think Mona Lisa was definitely that song immediately after we had created it, and I did it with Pom Pom and Rosie in our first session we did. We just kind of felt almost like Song Vomit, where everybody had ideas and we put them all out there, and then all of a sudden we had Mona Lisa at the very end of it. It didn't take very long at all. And I remember listening to it and being like, this is a really good song, and I want to share this as soon as I possibly can with people because I feel like it does a really great job of showcasing that, okay, this is taking it up the next notch and showing my audience that this next chapter of music is going to be a little bit different than things that they might have previously expected, but it'll still be me. And I might be the Mona Lisa, but it's me, you know?
I've always played the part of Shakespeare. I hide behind the ink and pen. I build up worlds and choose a savior. I write beginning, middle, end. I'm so tired of being a book on the shelf, tired of stories for somebody else. Think that I'm ready to start a new chapter. I've been looking for some way to turn it around, looking for someone to give me the crown. I wanna feel like I finally matter. I wanna be a Mona Lisa. The kind of girl that you can dream of. And I always have the words, but I don't wanna say it. Wish I could paint a smile on my face. I wanna be a Mona Lisa. So is there anybody out there who could change my point of view? The way that Van Gogh uses yellow, or the self and Frida Kahlo, I could be that for you. 'Cause I'm so tired of being a book on the shelf, tired of stories for somebody else. Think that I'm ready to start a new chapter. I've been looking for some way to turn it around, looking for someone to give me the crowd. I wanna feel like I finally matter. I wanna be a Mona Lisa. The kind of girl that you can dream of. And I always have the words, but I don't wanna say it. Wish I could paint a smile on my face. I wanna be a Mona Lisa. I think I'm ready for my close-up, baby. There's nothing left to do and nothing left to lose. Let me be your muse. And I always have the words, but I don't wanna say it. Wish I could paint a smile on my face. I wanna be a Mona Lisa.
How was the creation of this album different from the first one, and what's different about it?
Ooh, well, the first album that I made, The Masquerade, was done with one producer, and I had solo written all of the songs. We just kind of came in and finished it up in Shifted recording studio. And this next one, it really, in a lot of ways, I went in kind of from the perspective of answering the girl who wrote The Masquerade, my very first album. I felt like kind of looking at all the things that I had written previously and coming to the table with almost a resolution for the different topics and themes that I had been singing about when I was 19 years old. I took what I've learned in the last 2 years of my life to write songs that felt like an update on where I am currently. And I think I drew inspiration more honestly from the stuff that I enjoy listening to as an audience member. I mean, The Masquerade, with love and respect, is maybe not music that I would listen to in my own free time, because at that point I think I was still understanding how to make songs and didn't know what production could look like for me. But this one, I went in and I had my list of inspirations of ABBA and Lily Allen and Katie Tunstall and all these incredible women that I just listen to all the time whenever I get a free moment, and being just ready to dive in to those points of inspirations and draw from them and make music that felt exciting for me. Mm-hmm.
So the second album is almost a direct response to the first one.
I think a lot of the songs naturally mirror things. I mean, I look at Sad Disco as almost being a response to the girl who wrote Prom Dress and understanding loneliness from a later lens and being able to look back on those experiences that I had and wrote about in high school from the perspective of now knowing that I'll still feel those things that I ruminated on, but not feeling stuck in them the same way and being able to find joy despite it. So I think, yeah, there's kind of a lot of songs feel like sisters, and one of them is advising the other. Yeah.
Are you more comfortable? Do you gravitate more toward playing solo, or would you rather be playing with people?
I think it's ebbed and flowed. I really enjoyed playing solo early on because I feel like it gives me this awesome opportunity to connect with the people that are there listening. And all of my shows when I first started doing live shows were just me by myself with my ukulele, and it felt almost a little too much like a live podcast where I would just go off on tangents and talk about these songs and talk with my audience members and get to know them and meet them and talk with them on stage. They'd yell back stuff to me and I'd yell back stuff to them. And then eventually when I toured for The Masquerade, I brought on 2 band members and realized that playing with a band is really nice when you're trying to focus on singing. And I think it brought another level to music where I felt more legitimate and felt more solidified in my presence as a musician. Because I think I definitely dealt with some imposter syndrome, and I still do every day, of just feeling like, how is a 17-year-old with a ukulele supposed to venture into the music industry and feel like she has a place here? It's a strange transition.
You still feel that way?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think about it all the time. I never saw myself reflected in the music industry. And so for me to now be here, I know it's so impactful for people that watch me, but I still go through days where I'm like, well, I just didn't have that representation growing up. So believing that it's possible for me to be here is still hard sometimes, but I'm more confident than I was when I started. And I know the music I make has value and is important to not only me, but to people that listen, and I want to keep doing that.
I just don't see a whole lot of sun, and lately I just can't seem to have any fun. I look outside my window, it's so dark I feel my eyes begin to close. Seasonal depression's got me sleeping off the days, and I've wasted all my time feeling gray. When the sun peeks out, I sit outside to bask in my tiny bit of light to warm the cold that I feel inside. Been locked up in here with the rain coming down. Tried to fool myself to lift up my frown, but a cup of tea and a nap don't solve my problems. I don't like LA except for tacos and Venice, but God, I would move, get some rays and play tennis, and tell my Lyft driver to turn up the volume. Seasonal depression's got me sleeping off the days, and I've wasted all my time feeling gray. When the sun peeks out, I sit outside to bask in my tiny bit of light to warm the cold that I feel inside. We're all just trying to get by, searching desperately for bits of blue in the sky. Sometimes it's hard to wake on up. It takes more than loads of coffee in your cup. 'Cause seasonal depression's got us sleeping off the days, and we've wasted all our time feeling gray. When the sun peeks out, we sit outside to bask in our tiny bit of light to warm the cold that we feel inside.
Hi, my name is Lena, and I wanted to ask, how would you describe the next era of mxmtoon?
Oh my gosh, Lena, I love your hair. Okay. The next era of mxmtoon is definitely more poppy, a little bit bigger, more campy. I think it's dramatic in a way that mxmtoon has been in the past, maybe emotionally. I think I've kind of fully built out my musical dreams of making songs about my life feel like a play. Yeah.
Hi Maya, my name's Kaylin. I just wanted to ask, where do you think you'll be in 5 years, and or where do you want to be in 5 years?
Great question, Kaylin. I don't know where I want to be in 5 years. I would have never expected 5 years ago that I would be where I am currently, so who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years. Hopefully by then I will be fostering a small vegetable garden that I have diligently taken care of, and getting to spend time at home with people I love. I've lived in New York now for 2 years, and I miss my family. I hope that I can be closer to them eventually in the future. Oh man, when I was stuck in writer's block, I probably just avoid it and like go do other things. Like play video games is my biggest escape whenever I'm like struggling or feeling stressed. I always just kind of hop online, Discord, and like hang out with my friends for a little while. But if I'm trying to be productive and actually get through it, I take a walk. Like if I can get outside and get outside of my own space and out of my own head for a second, I think that that's really helpful for me to kind of clear out whatever's going on up there and interact with my environment and hopefully find some inspiration along the way. Yes. My main inspiration is actually my own grandmother. She is an incredible painter. She did these like amazing triptychs of like colors everywhere, and I just think I grew up in her studio watching her paint, and so being around her was a huge influence on kind of my own understanding of color. And this next chapter of mxmtoon specifically is very colorful and very saturated, and I 100% credit that to her inspiration.
I'm nearing the end of my 4th year. I feel like I've been lacking, crying too many tears. Everyone seemed to say it was so great, but did I miss out? Was it a huge mistake? I can't help the fact I like to be alone. It might sound kinda sad, but that's just what I seem to know. I tend to handle things usually by myself, and I can't ever seem to try and ask for help. I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress. I'd be the prom queen if crying was a contest. Makeup is running down, feelings are all around. How did I get here? I need to know. I guess I maybe had a couple expectations, thought I'd get to them, but no I didn't. I guess I thought that prom was gonna be fun, but now I'm sitting on the floor and all I wanna do is run. I keep collections of masks upon my wall to try and stop myself from revealing it all. Affecting others is the last thing I would do. I keep to myself though I want to break through. I hold so many small regrets and what ifs down inside my head. Some confidence, it couldn't hurt me. My demeanor is often misread. I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress. I'd be the prom queen if crying was a contest. Makeup is running down, feelings are all around. How did I get here? I need to know. I guess I maybe had a couple expectations, thought I'd get to them, but no I didn't. I guess I thought that prom was gonna be fun, but now I'm sitting on the floor and all I wanna do is run. 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 I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress. I'd be the prom queen if crying was a contest. Makeup is running down, feelings are all around. How did I get here? I need to know. I guess I maybe had a couple expectations, thought I'd get to them, but no I didn't. I guess I thought that prom was gonna be fun, but now I'm sitting on the floor and all I wanna do is run. All I wanna do is run.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Live from My Den. If you'd like to, please pre-save my album Rising, coming out on May 20th. And in conjunction with this episode, we're working with a few charities, so if you'd like to, please check out the links in the description below to learn more information on how you can support them.
I wanna be a Mona Lisa.